At the end of the Holdovers, Professor Paul Hunham lies to Dr. Woodrup and Angus Tully's parents to stop him from being sent to a military academy. While Hunham and Tully initially had an adversarial relationship, they formed a bond over their Christmas holiday together, changing both of them forever. The film is directed by Alexander Payne from a script by David Hemingson, and the Holdovers cast consists of excellent performances from Paul Giamatti, Dominic Sessa, Divine Joy Randolph, Carrie Preston, Andrew Garman, and more. The Holdovers is set in 1970, with Angus Tully, Dominic Sessa, planning to spend his Christmas vacation on the beach before his mother and stepfather decide to leave him at Barton boarding school, so they can go on a belated honeymoon. Being stuck with the widely disliked Professor Paul Hunham, Paul Giamatti, for Christmas break is a recipe for disaster. Despite the situation, Hunham and Tully form an unlikely bond. In the end, when Angus is faced with the threat of suspension and being sent to a military academy, Hunham takes the fall, losing his own job to protect Tully. Why Paul Hunham lied to prevent Angus from getting expelled from Barton. Barton men don't lie unless it's to sacrifice their careers for Angus Tully. As a former Barton student, Hunham prizes the integrity of the institution, making him a notoriously strict teacher with famously harsh grading standards. He doesn't even budge at the request of headmaster Dr. Hardy Woodrip, Andrew Garman, who wants the sons of some influential figures and school donors to get preferential treatment. Hunham repeatedly states Barton men don't lie, yet he makes numerous exceptions to this rule for Angus, demonstrating his personal growth through the film and the beautiful bond they form. The most notable example is at the film's end, when he says it was his idea for Angus to visit Angus' dad at the sanatorium, a lie that saves Angus from being sent to military academy, and potentially, eventually, Vietnam, but costs Hunham his job. The Paul Hunham introduced at the start of the Holdovers would never budge on his personal ethics to that degree, much less for one of the students, so this is a huge transformation for him. It should be noted that, despite Angus' discipline issues, he's one of the few students who didn't fail the test Hunham hands out at the start of the movie, but it's not until their personal relationship evolves that Hunham truly shows favor to Angus. As they get to know each other more, particularly during the trip to Boston, Hunham sees himself in Tully and recognizes his potential. However, despite lying at the hospital to cover up Angus' dislocated shoulder, celebrating Christmas together, and agreeing to travel to Boston, Hunham remains harsh towards Tully.